Hey, MAGA, don't think America's going to innovate or provide any scientific breakthroughs under Trump. You guys don't even believe in science. Seriously, you're more likely to believe the earth is flat than to accept climate change or the idea that vaccines work. But hey, let's entertain the idea America still has a shot at greatness in the field of science under this administration. No, seriously, let's take science innovation. Throughout history, America's greatest breakthroughs came from people these manifestos would call outsiders. Let me just throw a few names at you. Albert Einstein, a Jewish immigrant. Nikola Tesla, born in Siberia. Grace Hopper, a woman who revolutionized computer programming when women were still being told to stay in the kitchen making casseroles, not algorithms. But sure, let's ignore that and focus on people that Trump and his supporters champion. The ones who don't ask questions, don't challenge the status quo, and don't bring fresh perspectives. Innovation doesn't come from a stagnant, closed-minded bubble. It never has. Now imagine telling someone like Einstein, sorry, you can't come to America because you're a foreigner. How ridiculous would that sound? You know, the guy who literally changed the way we understand the universe. And Tesla, a guy who gave us alternating current, which powers your lights, your TV. But hey, let's kick him out because he wasn't born in Ohio. Genius doesn't come with a passport. And let's talk about Grace Hopper for a second. This woman literally invented the first compiler, which laid the groundwork for modern programming languages. But in her time, women were expected to be the ones behind the stove, not behind the computer. But you know, she didn't care. She kept pushing boundaries, and as a result, we have technology we use every single day. Imagine what the world would have been like if the old school thinking that keeps women out of science had dominated. No Google, no smartphones, no social media. Well, wait, that actually sounds kind of nice. Either way, we'd be still sending letters by horse-drawn carriage. But MAGA, you don't want to hear about the people who broke barriers. You prefer to focus on people who fit your narrow definition of American. You want to pretend the only way forward is by keeping everyone else out. Sure, that'll work out great. Let's just make sure only one type of person gets to contribute to the future, right? Genius comes from uniformity, obviously. Here's the thing, though. Innovation comes from diversity. It comes from ideas that don't just echo what's already being said, but challenge what we know. It comes from people who've been told they don't belong, but do it anyway. And it comes from people who don't just sit quietly in the back of the room and agree with everything. They stand up, they ask hard questions, and they push us all forward. Look at it this way. The most successful companies in America today, the ones leading in tech, medicine, space exploration, they didn't get there by hiring people who only think like the folks at the MAGA rallies. They got there because they hired people who thought differently. They got there because they embraced the idea that diversity of thought and perspective is what drives progress. So the next time you're there screaming about how America first means keeping everyone out, remember the heroes of science and technology who made America the leader in innovation. They were the ones who didn't fit your narrow definition of American. And that's exactly why they made a difference. If you really want America to thrive, maybe stop pretending we could only innovate if we lock ourselves in a little bubble surrounded by people who all think the same way, vote the same way. Spoiler alert, that's not how America was built. And it's certainly not how it'll move forward. And if you really think we're going to make scientific breakthroughs by rejecting the very people who've always been at the heart of innovation, I've got some beachfront property in Kansas to sell you. Wake up, MAGA. Innovation doesn't come from ignorance. It comes from embracing the unknown, the different, and yes, even the people who don't look and think like you.